Hey guys, I want to bring another video to you. This is more of a tips and tricks video. A friend of mine I was talking with the other day, he was talking about some tips and tricks that he had passed along to me in the past, and I want to send these along to you. Let's get into this.
You know when you gotta go home.
White balance. This right here is what I use for a white balance card. If I'm manually setting my camera and I'm not just doing like 56 Kelvin or maybe 42 Kelvin, this is what I'm setting my white balance to manually with my Sony cameras, with maybe my Blackmagic cameras, other cameras out here. This is what I'm using. Also, color grading. You go back and you go to check your color grades. These color cards are invaluable to have. Pull it up to your subject, have them pull it up to them, hold it upside their head. You want to see these colors. Your editor wants to see these. It makes it a lot easier to do your colors when you go back and do your color grade. I use a much bigger version of this, and I'll leave links into all of this in the description. This is my version of it, and that's my colors. I go in, check my white balance, check my black, and it just makes it so much easier for everybody. Especially if you got an editor on Fiverr or you use another source that you use for editing. You can also, as you see on the, you can do a more professional job where you're using a slate. You have the colors here, you have the white here. Something to go back and just check your color grades. One that we used here recently on another job was this one here, and it also has the colors across it. You got your whites in here. You got a chance to go back and check that when you're doing your color grades. I'm going to show you a version of this outdoors here in just a moment. But before we do that, before I go to the outdoors here, if you're new to this channel, please turn around, subscribe, and smash the like button. If you like what you see, smash the like button. Let us know what you think. Send us some comments. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future, especially tips and tricks, or maybe some product review. Get in there and like and subscribe. And let's take it to the outdoors real quick, and I'm going to show you the difference in this from indoors to outdoors. Start taking things outside. Start with your white balance card. This would be the first thing that you're going to use to set your white balance, unless you're setting it to 5600 Kelvin for your outside, depending on it's cloudy. But a good way of checking it, double checking it, is using your white balance card. Also, next thing is your color cards. I make it a habit of when I'm filming is to pull out these color cards. One thing, you got your grays. This is what you will also set your white balance to. And you know, one of these little compact cards, I'll put a couple links into where you can get these at. But just showing the difference between outside and inside. Like earlier I was showing you the inside having these color cards. This is something I use and make this on a regular basis, making some of your first shots, because when you go back to edit, this is a good way of setting your colors and make sure your colors are right. Also, like with this card here, you know, you have your grays, all this, where you can actually set all that. This is a good way when you get down to color grading, or you send it off to your colors or sending it to your editor is able to go back and do that. And another thing, if you're doing things, say with a slate, of course we're doing something with a slate, you got your slate here. Here's your colors on your slate. Make sure your slate's in frame when you start to use that. If you're doing a more professional job, make sure your slate is in frame. You got your white balance here. You can check your white balance one more time when you go back into post. Also, you have your colors right here, and you know, even your you know, one with your time code slate, same thing. That's one reason why these colors are here. This is where you can get and set all of your colors when you go back into post. And guys, that is your tips and tricks for today.